percussive guitar is that it's hypnotic. You can start robotic, like step 1, 2, and 3, note 1, note 2, thumb slap, but then 10 seconds into it, 15 seconds into it, you're in the zone and you can't stop anymore. That's what quote-unquote practice feels like to me, and I'd love you guys to have the same experience. If practice is fun, you do it more often, and if you practice often, you get better. The prerequisites you need to play this riff are not many. Can you play any note with, for example, your index finger, let's say 2nd fret of the G string? Can you play 2 at the same time, G string and B string, both on the 2nd fret? Can you play G string, 2nd fret and B string open without muting the B string? If you have all that, plus an okay sense of rhythm, you're good to go. So let's get into it. The foundation of this riff are the basses A, E, and D. All three are open, plus this thumb slap on a soundboard of the guitar. The bass notes are on 1 of each 4/4 bar. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the empty bar at the end. The thumb slaps are on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That already grooves like this, but it really becomes alive once you put in the offbeat notes. So what's an offbeat note, you might ask? Well, like I said before, I have a 4/4 bar, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the offbeats are all beats in between. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, referred to as a plus sign. For this riff, I used the 3 notes that we talked about at the beginning in this order. B string, 2nd fret, G string, also 2nd fret, and B string open. The first note is on the offbeat between 2 and 3. We refer to that as 2 and. So the first note is on 2 and, the second note is on 3 and the third note is on 4 and. It'll sound like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and. That's the first bar. This choice of notes was my choice. If you guys would like to write it differently, you can do so. Just head out to my Patreon page. There, if you're a member, you can have access to a drawing board file that is a Guitar Pro file with 8 gaps with this bass and thumb slaps, and you can just pick the notes from the scale above and add it to the rhythm and then have your own riff. It's an awesome feeling and experience to play something you wrote yourself, and that's what I like you guys to experience. And also for your inspiration, I recorded 4 additional riffs using scales in 4 parts of the fretboard, 4 different riffs for you to get inspired. You can change them, use them any way you like, and then write your own stuff, either by changing them a little bit or starting from scratch using a couple of ideas of my riffs. The awesome thing with this approach is you can just press play after you wrote it and listen to it, how it sounds. You can use repeat signs in order to practice. Once you add to repeat signs, the program's gonna ask you how many times you want it to repeat it. You just put, I don't know, 75 times. Not for you to play all the 75 times, but for it to play endlessly, especially the bars that you cannot play yet. And then you groove with it until you get it. You can change the speed of particular bars to a ridiculously slow speed until you find the one you're able to play. One thing to be careful with is if you add notes to 2 and 4, you're gonna have this situation here. Let's say you want to add this G string here on the 2nd fret, on 2 and on 4. That's where the thumb slap is. It is possible. But then you're gonna have this. Make sure your finger rests underneath the string, and then your thumb waits outside, especially if you're doing it with your E string. Make sure you don't wait like this behind the string, but underneath it. If you do it like this, you're gonna snap the string. It's gonna sound very beginner-like. From underneath, you can play loudly without it sounding bad. But back to the riff. When you're learning riff 1, make sure you add that empty bar at the end, like this. This will allow you to reach the zone. Even though you can't play everything yet, you just pick a small idea and you groove with it. For the second bar, you only need these 3 notes. All of them on a G string, 2, 1, 2. And I decided to add them rhythmically in the same places as in the first bar. 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So the first 2 bars are going to sound like this. One, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. A little slower. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. For the next bar, you go to the D note bass, and make sure that last note of the former bar is still sounding. It sounds really nice. The notes I added to the last bar are almost the same as the first one. The only difference is I only need to press 1 note. B string open, G string 2nd fret, and E string open. So now we have. For the last bar, since it's sort of an empty bar, less is more. I only put in 2 notes. If you don't play any note whatsoever and just keep the thumb, it's already sort of this open feeling, sort of magical, floating one. But the ones I added there are B string open, G string 2nd fret, respectively on 2 and 3 and. So the 2 last bars, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And once you have that, you have the entire riff. I wish you guys an amazing time grooving with all this. If you want to watch 7 levels of percussive guitar, watch this video next. As for me, I'm gonna play a little bit more.